The summary of The Innovator's Dilemma, brought to you by Click-Through College. The Innovator's Dilemma: When New Technologies Cause Great Firms to Fail, authored by Harvard Business School professor Clayton M. Christensen, is a foundational treatise that explores the perplexing conundrum faced by successful companies in an era of disruptive technology. This book, published in 1997, has since become a seminal piece in the study of innovation and business strategy, shaping the dialogue about the intersection of technology, change, and corporate success. The central thesis revolves around the innovator's dilemma, a paradox in which companies that have established themselves through a focus on customer needs, disciplined processes, and sound investment strategies can still find themselves displaced by disruptive technologies. These technologies, often initially inferior and unattractive to the majority of customers, improve over time and eventually overtake existing technologies, causing industry leaders to falter. Christensen builds his argument through a deep analysis of several industry case studies, from disk drives to mechanical excavators, revealing a recurring pattern of technological upheaval and corporate decline. His insights provide a sobering lesson for successful companies that ignore disruptive innovations, illuminating the inherent pitfalls of relying solely on customer-driven product development and incremental technological improvement. The Innovator's Dilemma challenges the conventional wisdom that companies should always listen to their customers and invest more in sustaining innovations that promise better performance at higher profit margins. Instead, it encourages organizations to embrace a more nuanced approach, capable of recognizing the potential of disruptive technologies before they become mainstream, and managing the inherent risks involved. In this groundbreaking work, Christensen lays a foundation for understanding why good management practices can fail, the role disruptive technologies play in shaping industries, and how leaders can better anticipate and adapt to technological change. It's an essential read for entrepreneurs, managers, and anyone interested in understanding the dynamism of business in the context of innovation and technology. Understanding the types of technologies. The book starts with a discussion on the two types of technologies: sustaining, and disruptive. Sustaining technologies are essentially improvements made to existing products or services. These are further broken down into incremental improvements and radical innovations. Most successful companies excel at adopting and developing sustaining technologies because they're good at listening to their customers, who typically demand better versions of current products. Disruptive technologies, on the other hand, are innovative technologies that disrupt the status quo. They usually perform worse than the leading technology during the early stages. These technologies are often cheaper, simpler, smaller, and more convenient to use. Though they may lack the refined performance of established technologies initially, they improve over time and begin to outperform the status quo, leading to a dramatic shift in industry leadership. The core dilemma. Christensen then presents the core dilemma that forms the crux of the book. He posits that the very practices that make companies successful and efficient are the ones that prevent them from adopting disruptive technologies. Successful companies tend to focus on their most profitable customers who demand better versions of current products. They are less likely to risk investing in new, unproven, and initially inferior technologies that their main customers don't demand. Therefore, they often overlook disruptive technologies until it's too late and these technologies have improved enough to start capturing their market. The dynamics of disruptive technologies and market. The book also delves into how disruptive technologies work. They usually find a foothold in new or low-end markets that the incumbent players overlook. New market disruptions create entirely new markets by turning non-customers into customers. For instance, the advent of personal computers created a new market of home users, who weren't customers of the mainframe and minicomputers. Low-end disruptions, on the other hand, target the less demanding customers who are often overlooked by industry leaders in their pursuit of high-margin customers. Over time, as the performance of the disruptive technology improves, it starts to meet the needs of more demanding customers, thereby ousting the incumbents. Resource dependence and allocating resources. Christensen discusses resource dependence, how the allocation of resources in an organization affects its ability to adopt disruptive technologies. Resources are categorized as tangible, like money and equipment, intangible, like brand, reputation, and relationships with suppliers and distributors, and human, like skills, capacity, and knowledge. Existing companies often find it difficult to allocate resources for disruptive technologies because they are entrenched in the processes and values developed for sustaining innovations. Moreover, the resource allocation process is usually influenced by the current customers who demand better products rather than entirely new ones. This leads to a scenario where disruptive projects starve for resources while sustaining ones get easily funded. Discovering new markets and customer research. Christensen emphasizes that the market for disruptive technology may not exist yet. Early market research might indicate a lack of demand because disruptive products don't appeal to mainstream customers initially. However, companies should remember that disruptive technologies have the potential to improve and create a new market. This poses another dilemma. Companies must balance between investing in what customers are currently asking for and investing in potential future demands. Organizational structure and innovation. The book elaborates on the role of an organization's structure in managing disruptive technology. Christensen suggests that a separate or autonomous organizational unit should be set up to deal with disruptive technology. This sub-organization or spin-off should be independent of the mainstream business. Independence allows it to develop different processes and values that are better suited to the new technology. The established organization is often entrenched in processes and values optimized for sustaining technology. These processes and values might be incompatible with disruptive technologies, which require a different approach. Therefore, spinning off an independent organization is more likely to successfully handle disruptive technologies. Managing disruptive technologies. Christensen puts forth some strategies for established companies to deal with disruptive technologies. First, he introduces the concept of probing and learning. This means releasing early prototypes, gathering customer feedback, learning from the market response, and then iterating on the product. The idea is to understand the market and the potential of the disruptive technology better. By doing this, the company doesn't need to commit significant resources initially. He also emphasizes the need for companies to be impatient for profit and patient for growth. This might seem counterintuitive. Still, it means that each iteration of the product should be profitable, but the company should be patient about achieving growth or market dominance. This approach ensures that the project is sustainable and can continue improving until it can compete with the established technology. Conclusion and takeaways. In conclusion, The Innovator's Dilemma presents a paradox faced by successful companies. Their success in managing sustaining technologies and satisfying their current customers makes them fail in adopting disruptive technologies. It warns of the risks of being too focused on current customer needs and ignoring potentially disruptive opportunities. It also provides insights and strategies to deal with this dilemma. A key takeaway from the book is that to succeed in the long run, companies need to balance their focus between catering to their customers' current needs and being alert to disruptive opportunities. They need to develop a capability to handle both sustaining and disruptive technologies, even if that means setting up a separate organizational unit to deal with disruption. The Innovator's Dilemma gives business leaders a new perspective on how to think about innovation and disruption. It provides a framework for understanding why successful companies can fail despite doing everything right, and how they can avoid falling into this trap. This understanding is crucial in today's fast-paced business environment where disruptive innovations are becoming increasingly common. The summary of The Innovator's Dilemma.